I don't care how mad you are, you never, ever use someone's deepest insecurities against them. Not the things they cried to you about, not the things they trusted you with in private, not the wounds they only showed you because they thought you were safe enough to see them. Because here's the thing people forget. The moment someone opens up to you, they're handing you something fragile. They're basically saying, this part of me hurts, please don't touch it the way everyone else has. And in that exact moment, you only get two choices. You protect what they gave you, or you use it as a weapon. Most people don't show you who they really are when things are good. Anyone can be warm on a good day. Anyone's patient when nothing's being asked of them. The real test comes later, in the fight that got too loud, the argument that started over something small and turned into something ugly. That's when you find out who you're actually dealing with. Because I've seen this play out more times than I can count. Two people arguing about something completely unrelated. Dishes, being late, forgetting to call back. And then out of nowhere, one of them reaches backward. They pull out the affair from years ago. The thing from their childhood they've never told anyone else. The parent they lost. The thing they only said out loud at 2 a.m. because they finally felt safe enough to say it. And it gets thrown right at their chest just to win an argument about dishes. That's not a fight anymore. That's not communication. That's betrayal. Wearing a fight as a disguise so it doesn't feel like what it actually is. And here's the part that gets me. People usually justify it after. I was just angry. You pushed me to it. I didn't mean it like that. But if you actually cared about someone, being angry wouldn't turn their trust into ammunition. You'd still be mad, and you'd still leave the fragile stuff alone. That's the difference between someone who's upset and someone who's dangerous to be vulnerable with. Here's what actually happens next. Once someone's deepest wound gets used against them, something changes. They stop relaxing around you the same way. They start editing themselves before they even speak. Somewhere in the back of their mind, they're asking, if I tell them this, is it going to show up in the next fight? And once that question exists, it doesn't disappear just because you apologized. Here's the saddest part. People don't actually remember most of their arguments. They blur together, forgotten in a week or two. But they will never forget the exact sentence someone used to hurt them on purpose. The tone, the room they were standing in, the look on the other person's face when they said it, because in that second, something got confirmed. That the person across from them was capable of it. And once you know someone's capable of something, you can't unknow it. Now, I'm not saying this is unfixable or that every relationship where this happened is over. But coming back from it takes more than I'm sorry and moving on like nothing happened. It takes actually owning it, not explaining it away, not blaming the argument, not saying you pushed me to it. It takes sitting with the fact that you had a choice in that moment and you chose to hurt them on purpose. There's actually a pattern to this. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It rarely starts with the big betrayal. It starts small. A sarcastic comment about something you shared in confidence. A joke made in front of other people about the thing that actually kept you up at night. And because it's just a joke, you let it slide the first time. Then the second time. By the fifth time, it's not a joke anymore. It's a habit. It's someone testing how far they can go with what you gave them. And this is where a lot of people get stuck, because they confuse familiarity with safety. They think, we've been together this long, they know me better than anyone, as if closeness alone guarantees care. But closeness just means access. It means someone knows exactly where the soft spots are. What they choose to do with that access is a completely separate question. And it's the only question that actually matters. I think that's why people who've been hurt this way get accused of overreacting when they flinch at something small later on. Someone brings up a sensitive topic gently, with good intentions, and the other person tenses up like they're bracing for impact. That's not oversensitivity. That's a nervous system that learned through experience that vulnerability in that relationship comes with a cost. You don't unlearn that just because the person apologized once. So if you're the one who's done this, and if you're honest, you probably already know the exact moment I'm talking about. That's where you start. Not flowers, not can we just move on. Start by actually naming what you did out loud without softening it. I used something you trusted me with to hurt you, and there's no version of being angry that makes that okay. That sentence is harder to say than any apology bouquet you could buy, and that's exactly why it matters more. And if you're the one it happened to, I want you to hear this. The fact that it still sits with you doesn't mean you're holding onto it too tightly. It means you're paying attention to something real. You're not being dramatic. You're not stuck in the past. You notice something true about how you're treated, and that information is worth keeping. Trust doesn't break over dishes in the sink. It breaks the moment someone decides your pain is useful to them. So no matter how angry you get, leave the fragile stuff alone. Anger passes. What you say in that moment doesn't. If any of this sounded familiar, that's usually the first sign it's a pattern and not a one-off. And patterns are the kind of thing you can actually learn to spot before they repeat again. If you want to understand your own patterns in relationships a little better, I recommend taking the free quiz, link in the profile header. It's a quick way to see where you actually stand.